Alright, so I'm going to show you guys exactly what it takes to be able to move into a nice apartment in Washington, D.C. because I just signed my lease yesterday and I had a couple things that surprised me. And long story short, it is definitely more expensive than I even thought it was going to be in the first place. So if you guys are interested in moving into a luxury apartment in DC, this is definitely going to be the video for you. About to give you all the numbers. Straight cheat code coming while I'm also on the way to get some coffee. So speaking of going to get coffee, if you guys would like to support your boy by hitting that thanks button and giving me like $5 to say happy new apartment or anything like that, I would not mind it. It's always right down below. Okay guys, so first of all, the apartment that I ended up getting was listed for $2,500 a month. It was a 1-bedroom. It was about 770 square feet, just under 800 square feet. I chose that one because I wanted a little bit of space, because most of the apartments that I've been seeing out here, most of the 1-bedrooms are around like the 500 square feet, barely 600 square feet mark. And I just so happened to luck out, after searching pretty hard, I was able to find an apartment that's not like pretty much screwing you over in the size for the cost ratio. So that alone right there should give you guys kind of an idea of like what to expect. 1-bedroom, about $2,500 a month. If you are looking at like a studio, you can get a little cheaper. You can probably find some studios in DC for about $2,100, $2,200, maybe $2,000 at the least, but it probably is only going to be like 300 something square feet, to be honest with you. So right off the rip, one of the costs that kind of popped out and kind of messed me up a little bit was the fact that, of course, you expect a deposit from different apartments depending on what your credit's like. But the deposit I ended up having to pay was a full month rent, on top of the fact that I was still going to have to pay the first month rent to actually move in. So altogether, being that my apartment is $2,500 a month, it became like basically around $5,000 just to move in. Crazy. All right, so now that we're at $5,000 to move in, there's still more you gotta end up paying. In order to fully move in, you have to also end up paying amenity fees. Now, the place that I am moving into, it has quite a few amenities, a big courtyard area. It has workout room, very nice gym. It has pretty much everything you would think or expect from amenities in a luxury apartment downtown DC. And that fee, it was a one-time payment of $600. So now I'm at about $5,600 to be able to move in. And keep in mind, all of this has to be paid before you actually move in, like paid in full. Now, one cool thing that this apartment complex did offer that I haven't heard of any other apartment complexes offering was being partnered with this program called Jetty, which is pretty much a program you can enroll into where they'll pay the deposit for you and then you can pay it over time, kind of like getting like a loan, like a mini loan on your deposit money. Only thing is, you don't get your deposit back. So that's how they make their money, is by keeping the deposit whenever you move out. So in their case, they'll be making like $2,500. Not to mention you have to pay it off over time. So that's pretty much going to be the route I'm going to take, because I feel like $5,600 is a little crazy. So that drops it down to $3,600, which I think is a lot more manageable and more reasonable to actually be able to move into an apartment and be able to call it home. Now, I did actually visit the apartment and make a little bit of a video for you. At first I was thinking I was going to do like a style while I'm walking and talking, but I ended up doing a video where I actually walked around the apartment. It was a decent size. It has a full kitchen, a pretty nice size living room, bedroom. The bathroom is connected to the kitchen and your bedroom. So when you first walk in, you can either choose to go straight or go left. It's like one big square route circle of how the apartment is shaped in general. Now keep in mind, I have a pretty decent credit score. Now they said the deposit is based off your credit score. My credit score is pretty decent, and I still have to pay a full month's rent. They said the lowest it goes on doing a deposit and in a community like this is $600. So maybe you have to have like a close to 800 score in order to get $600 deposit. I don't know, but that's pretty much been my experience. Now, I'm not exactly sure what you guys were expecting as far as price wise, but this is literally as honest and as real as it gets. I told you pretty much everything as far as the deposit, how much the rent is for the space, and I'm actually showing you footage of it, plus the amenities. Now, there's one other thing that you have to enroll into in order to get into your apartment. I think this is called It's this thing called Pepco. It's the company that runs most of like DMV's electric and like utility stuff. So that was another thing that they said that I had to enroll into, and I'm pretty sure they're going to charge me something, but I haven't called them yet. So that's another fee that you have to keep in mind whenever moving into an apartment in downtown DC, if that's what you're trying to do. They basically smacking me over the head, people. It's a pretty expensive experience, but hey, I expected it. But I just want to be able to finally make this video of the cost of living here in DC. I do plan on making like a video when I actually move into my apartment and show you guys what it looks like. But one thing I can't say as far as like pro, because I feel like I've been saying a lot of cons, is this apartment is in like a really good location. I'm literally gonna be like 2 streets away over from the Capital One building, and I love going to concerts. Pretty much everything that I like to do downtown is like within walking distance. Okay. So just like a lot of neighborhoods out here that you can live in. Like I said, I'm downtown, which is, I guess you can consider this more closer to being like Noma area. Also, DuPont Circle is another nice place you could try to live and apply for. What I did was I had a friend that kind of gave me a heads up because she lives in this area, or she's from DC. She kind of gave me a heads up on where to apply and where not to apply. So I'm kind of just sharing the area, or sharing the thoughts that I have with you guys as I'm walking. Now I just want to say, be careful, because it's really easy to pick a neighborhood out here that's not like the best neighborhood, because on one side of the street it looks nice, but in the other street, like back there, it can just that quickly change on you. I'm not gonna lie, the crime rate in DC, from what I've been seeing, people have been saying it's going down. But right before I got here, which was about 8 months ago, people said all the time that the neighborhood is horrible, or the crime rate is horrible. So just be careful on where you are in the type of neighborhoods that you're in, because it can, like I said, easily change real quick. There's also a grocery store downstairs, so I don't even have to really go anywhere to get groceries. I can just go downstairs and flip-flops like I have on today and just get some groceries and come right back up the elevator. Like, I like that type of living, as far as like, well, that's the type of living I've always wanted. So I'm giving it a shot, and I'm gonna give you guys multiple videos showing you what it's like moving into an apartment or luxury apartment in downtown DC for the first time. I've only been living in DC for about 8 months, and I've been making a lot of videos about what it's like living out here. So hopefully this video helps you guys as well. Now I'm about to go get some coffee. I just wanted to make this video real quick, give you guys the info that I just got, and hopefully you guys can make an informed decision. All right, guys, peace.